Good morning. Well, today we're going to set eggs, and we're going to take you along and show you how we do that here on our farm. Actually, my wife's going to do this part because she's a whole lot faster at it than I am. And we're going to go ahead and set these eggs, and got something special planned. So stay tuned, and we'll tell you what's special about these eggs.
Alright, this is what we're going to do. A lot of people will just willy-nilly set whatever eggs they get, and we don't do that here. We zero out this scale. Now I've gotten pretty good at this. John, will you hand me one of those blue trays? Because I want to show them something here. Thanks. This is a quail egg tray. This is what comes with our GQF when you order the quail egg trays. There's a problem here. Our eggs, I'm just going to randomly get one. They're too big. They won't sit in here the way they need to sit. The more you put in, the higher they're going to sit off this edge. See that? So what we have had to do is upgrade to the pheasant trays. Alright? Now the eggs that we're going to set today are yesterday's eggs. This flat here is what John went and got this morning, so these are the freshest. We'll start with those. And what I'm going to do is zero this scale out. I can already tell you that this egg is a little big. That's a 17-gram egg. I don't set the 17 grammers because there is a chance right around 17, 18 grams that these are double yolk eggs. I haven't seen one at 17 gram, but I don't want to take that chance. So I'll just sit that over here for a while. This should be a 14, 15 gram egg. That's a 14. We'll put that right up here. This one, this is too small. It's only 12. What we set is anywhere between 13 and 16 grams. I'm not going to weigh them all. And the reason I'm not going to weigh them all is because I've done this so much that I can tell. This is probably a 20 gram egg. It's 21. That's definitely a double yolk. And what I do is I take and I just rub them slightly. I'm going to put them right in here. This was too small. So I'm just going to put the ones on here that when I pick them up, they feel like they may not be the right weight. Alright, now this egg, I picked it up. It's got some poop on it. Okay. I don't wash the eggs. This is a fresh egg. It must have just rolled through some this morning. It wiped right off. That's all you need to do. You don't need to be washing your eggs. That takes the bloom off. And when you remove the bloom, you're opening your egg to any bacteria that are in the air or, you know, around anywhere. If I get an egg that has what I consider too much, it's too dirty to wipe off, it does not go in the incubator. I'll take it upstairs and I'll eat it. I'll wash it just before I crack it into the pan. That one was borderline. So is this one. I'm not even gonna. This one's cracked. Tito, come here. Come here. Good boy. That's what happens to the cracked eggs around here. There he goes. He's going down in the yard. You'll probably see him in the background here in a minute. Play with his egg and then he'll eat it. Now another thing that this does is when you rub this egg, if there's a crack in it, I can hear it. And any cracked eggs also do not go in the incubator. They'll go straight to him. Like I said, each one of these racks holds 59 eggs. It's 230 something. 236 eggs that we're going to set today. That was a little under. Whoops, that happens too sometimes. You just wipe it up and keep going. Now when I'm shipping hatching eggs, I'm going to tell y'all, I do this for all your hatching eggs. I make sure that there's no cracks. I just run this towel across, and like I said, if there's a crack in it, I'll be able to know it just because it sounds, I can hear the crack, and I guess it's because I've been doing it for so long. And when you order eggs, if you shoot us an email, we'll make sure that the eggs that we send you will fit in your incubator racks. For those of you that have the tabletop styrofoam incubators with the quail rails in them, they won't hold a 15-16 gram egg without them getting cracked when they're turned. And it happens. So what we would do, if you have quail rails and you ordered 120 eggs to fill up your incubator, I would weigh out your eggs and I would send you 13-14 gram eggs. That way they'll fit in your turner and you won't have an issue with it. It takes me longer to go through the eggs like this, but I want to make sure that you all are getting the best hatches that you could possibly get. I don't want to send eggs that are cracked. Now granted, I might miss a few. I'm not perfect, but for the majority of it, I have not had anybody tell me they've had cracked eggs. I had somebody tell me that the box was squished, but the eggs were fine inside. So, see, this egg's got a little poop on it. It's too dry. I'm not going to... There's a lot of questions out there about, what do I do? Do I put Listerine on your eggs? No, you don't. Do I wash them with water? Do I wash them all the dirt off? No, you don't. You dry wipe. Any liquid at all, the Listerine, whatever, that's just going to take the bloom off, like I said earlier, and cause the bacteria to enter the egg. Mother Nature does not take a Listerine bottle and spray the eggs before the hen sets on them. It just doesn't happen. I don't know where that concept even comes from, but we get good hatch rates. We get 90% plus here on the farm most of the time. And our last shipped eggs, they had, what was it, 83%? 86%. We like to hear from our customers during the hatch process. If you have questions, you just text me, call me. There's one.
I guess because, you know, the eggs may be dirty from where they're getting them from. They're trying to increase their hatch rate, but it's still, you know, you either have a clean egg or you don't.
Right.
I think a lot of it all depends upon who's shipping you that egg, how much pride and time they take into it. I don't know about people doing this to anything.
Yeah, it's how much pride people put into it. I mean, that's an 18.
You know, I think that's one of the things that sets us apart, is the quality and the customer service. You know, answering questions. I'm not here to move quantity, I'm here to move quality. And there's a lot of hatcheries out there, a lot of breeders out there that are just flood the market full of product and eggs because they want their name to be out there, they want to be the end-all be-all for quail. And unfortunately, those people are going to fade away because the quality is not going to be there, the customer service is not going to be there. We're helping other people learn. We're helping other people take that first step into quail, and it may be the next step they take into growing something else. Or,
right.
You know,
the homesteading part of all this is, you know, we were feeding ourselves, and
still are.
we still are.
Yeah, still are.
And to be able to produce a high quality product that people can become more self-sustainable, this is why we offer hatching eggs. This is why at the Homesteaders of America Conference, we do that conference. We've done this is the second year we've done that conference, and to be honest with you, I will probably do that conference as long as that conference exists, and I hope it runs forever, because it's getting the word out, and we're able to talk to people, educate them about quail, educate them about the benefits of the quail eggs. And this is poopy. The benefits of the quail eggs and how easy it is to keep these on your homestead and be able to supply yourself with a quality egg and meat. The birds that we have here are dual purpose birds. They're jumbo meat makers. Our birds average 12 to 14 ounces. That's where they usually sit. That was cracked, but the dog has had enough. I'll set that one here. That cracked egg will go over into the compost pile. He says he's going to go feed the dog. The dog is not going to eat. The dog's full of eggs. If you've noticed, I've gone to weighing out every one of these eggs because this is what I do when I send hatching eggs, and
Right.
it's habit. I've got a system down. I don't need to when I'm setting for myself, but it's just a natural flow that I have come up with. Put one on, take one off.
What I like about the bird is dual purpose. So you're getting two protein sources. You're getting the egg and you're getting the meat. So somebody that's starting out to homesteading, but a lot of localities don't want chickens. I like the quail because, like I said, the two protein sources. I'm getting the compostable waste from it for the garden. So I'm using a lot off of that bird. And I think a lot of people should do their research, look into that. That's the thing. You know, you're just not getting one thing off of this animal. Like a dual-purpose chicken, you're getting an egg when it's after you're done getting eggs at 3 years or whatever. Then you can cook that bird, break down the carcass, make stock out of the carcass, can the meat, or whatever.
Freeze the meat, can the meat.
Yeah.
You can get 3 or 4 whole bone-in quail in a quart, I think. I think it's 4 birds to a quart.
Yeah, people can them whole. I mean, they're already, of course, gutted.
And if you look in the Ball canning book, there's a recipe, a canning recipe for quail. I mean, you have to find the older books, but if you have one, they're in there. You can find the information online through Ball.
But it's a lot of skills that you're relearning, but there's more things that you can do with that animal besides one thing. Just get an egg from it. Okay, well.
Wings. What do we do with the wings of the quail?
Preserve the wings for dog training. Preserve the wings for fly fishermen. They can use the feathers off of that to tie flies. So, I mean, that's the thing. And one of the things that we learned was, okay, we expanded from quail. We had 30 or 40 quail that we kept on our back porch for us. Our next evolution was the building you see in behind her that have 500 plus quail. Well, that's great, but then it comes with another thing is, what do you do with all that waste? So now my compost has gotten huge. So then I have to create an infrastructure for the compost. So it leads to a problem, but it also leads to another solution. So you have to think ahead a little bit. It's just how it is. I don't think it's a bad thing. It's not a bad thing, but if you're first starting out in the homesteading and raising your food, you have to think a little bit. Pick people's brain that's in your area. What are people raising in your area? There's people raising rabbit, they raising quail, chickens, goats, whatever. How are they have their infrastructure set up? What are the problems that they have? Just a friendly conversation. I was out here turning my compost pile. A guy stops by, seen my garden, want to know what I use for the trellises in my garden. And I'm like, there's cattle panels. 4 foot by 16 foot cattle panels. And asked how did I install them? I told him. He was like, that's awesome. He got back in the truck and left. I like that bird because if you have a small place, you can raise these guys really anywhere. You may not have acres. You may only be, have less than a half acre of land. You can still raise a lot of food. You can raise a lot of birds.
Yes.
The cage that I build, my 6-tier cage, holds 192 birds comfortably to industry standard. And that's a lot of meat. That's a lot of eggs.
This is the last rack, and then John's going to come back over here and he's going to tell you why we're setting these eggs. There's a reason behind this one, not just because we need birds or we have chick orders, because we do set custom chick orders. If you're in the area and you want to pick them up, call us and give us a deposit and we'll set your eggs. For custom hatches.
And we do custom hatches for falconers. We do custom hatches for people that just want to raise the food up for themselves, but don't have the infrastructure or the finances to have a large incubator. They come and they buy from us, raise them up and butcher them, and when it's time to butcher.
I've got my 4 racks. That's what we're going to set. Now, everybody's probably wondering, what am I going to do with these eggs? These eggs right here that are either too big or too small, because like I said, we grade out all our eggs that go into the incubator and the ones that come to you. We have people that come and buy eggs to raw feed their dogs, and everything that's graded out are for our consumption. Reptiles, I don't want them in my breeding program, the small eggs like that. So we'll go in here and we'll set these birds, and we'll let John come back here and tell you what's going on with this hatch, why we're doing it.
Well, eggs are done. They're ready. They're going in. These eggs will be set so we will have quads for the Homesteaders of America Conference this year. So, per quad is 3 hens in a room. We are going to be taking pre-orders. We did this last year. It worked out really great for quads. So that's what these eggs are for. We're going to set them today and get them up and running. So if you want quads, we're going to leave links down below. Hit us up through our Facebook. You can hit us up on our website, message us. And if you're interested in quads, we will send you a PayPal invoice. If you're only attending one day, hit us up. We'll bring your quads that day. All right. You all have a good one, and we'll talk to you later.